Washington. A small group of conservative leaders had gathered in the Trump International Hotel last week for a friendly discussion about the year that was ending and their priorities for the year to come, when Stephen K. Bannon spoke up. "I'm not going to name names," he snapped, looking around the room as he complained about being left virtually alone to defend Roy S. Moore, accused of sexually molesting and assaulting teenage girls, while the Republican leadership and Democrats bludgeoned the Alabama Senate candidate. "If we want to win," he added, according to 3 people who were in the room, "we need to stop playing footsie with the establishment. They're just going to string you along, pat you on your head, and send you on your way." Mr. Moore's loss, which will send the first Democrat from Alabama to the Senate in 25 years and cut the Republicans' already thin majority to a single seat, has only stoked Mr. Bannon's discontent and stirred up fresh worry that the party is again descending into Tea Party-type spasms of self-defeating rage. To avoid that, many Washington Republicans have no intention of patting Mr. Bannon on the head. They intend to kneecap him before he has the chance to recover. "First is to dry up his money," said Scott W. Reed, the chief political strategist for the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, a pillar of the Republican establishment, explaining how top Republicans in Washington were making a new round of calls to donors across the country to press them not to donate to Mr. Bannon or the candidates he supports. 2 is to try and drive a wedge between him and Trump to the point where Trump is questioning him and his judgment. Mr. Reed added, "You win, you win. You lose, you're a loser." And that's what Bannon has to wear around his neck now. A big L. In an interview after Mr. Moore's defeat on Tuesday, Mr. Bannon contended that he was playing a longer game to reshape the Republican Party around President Trump's agenda of reduced immigration, protectionist trade policy and military de-escalation. That effort, he said, would not be undone by a single defeat. "Revolutions and civil wars take a long time. I never said Alabama was going to solve anything," he said. Mr. Bannon then pointed his finger at Senator Mitch McConnell of Kentucky, the majority leader, and Republican senators like Richard C. Shelby of Alabama, who encouraged Republicans not to vote for Mr. Moore, pointing to the 22,800 write-in votes cast, more votes than the margin of defeat. Mr. Bannon said, "Moore's vote plus the write-ins which Shelby and the Never-Trumpers pushed, that's victory. This is 100% on the doorstep of Mitch McConnell," he added. Mitch McConnell did not mind a Democrat. In fact, he pushed a Democrat. The recriminations over Alabama point to a problem that is deeper and more fundamental than the loss of a single Senate seat. The Republican Party, 8 years after its Tea Party revolt, still cannot effectively channel the populist energy that is both the most animating and destructive force in its electorate. The same angry politics that pit party leaders against grassroots activists during the Obama years are threatening again to undermine the party's fortunes in the upcoming midterm elections, as a slate of potential candidates on the far right emerges bearing similarities to the unpredictable and amateurish nominees that hurt Republicans then.